So we arrived in Flagstaff, Arizona early evening just in time to see the sunset from the roof, and then we went to bed early ready for our next day at the Grand Canyon.
So here we are at the Grand Canyon. Take a look. It is pretty grand, and yes, it is a canyon. So I guess the name makes sense. You got all the different layers going on, all the different colors, reds, whites, and even some trees and bushes. I didn't really know that there were trees and bushes here in Arizona in the desert, but apparently there are. And it's beautiful. And that's all there is to it.
So the canyon was actually pretty impressive looking. You could see all the layers of rock straight across. It's about 18 miles wide at the widest, a mile deep.
And 277 miles long. I mean, it really is quite spectacular. The rock formations are pretty interesting as well. Looks kind of like these different rock mountains forming up in the middle of the canyon. All these different colors.
So we're told that the canyon is formed by the Colorado River, which seemed a little hard to believe looking at the relative size of the canyon and
see how massive it is?
And then wait till you see this tiny little river. Are you ready for this?
Look at it!
How is that possible? I found it. I'm really good at this.
Far-fetched. But what's not far-fetched is the dangers there. You really can fall off the edge pretty easily.
But we didn't.
We didn't, which is always a bonus at the end of the day.
We played our game that we love, which is let's see who can stand closest to the edge without falling.
Obviously.
That's part of the game.
It's the most important part, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And look at what we did. We just get these great, incredible photos. And it's not really ever a dangerous situation. We would never do that.
No, of course not.
Do that. And then the mystery of the elk. They even have signs in this state for the elk. Yet there's no elk to be found. We just keep finding deer. I don't believe they exist. What does exist is a beautiful sunset.
You could see how the colors of the canyon changed with the light. It was gorgeous.
So here we are at Slide Rock State Park, and actually right over there is a natural water slide, which is pretty awesome. Right here people are jumping off. We just did it. Cheryl screamed. It was awesome. And we're having a lot of fun. We're a little wet, full of cold. And now we're off to Sedona. Bye!
So pretty much this state park is just like Grand Canyon, just a smaller scale. You have these cool rocks cut out by a river, and you get to slide down it. It's awesome.
We are going down the water slide, and yes, the water is really cold.
We had a great time sliding down, jumping off, and just enjoying the natural water park that nature made us.
We then headed on to Sedona, and really it was a beautiful little city.
A very spiritual city.
Oh yes, you have these energy vortexes or vortices here, which have the masculine side of weak and strong, the feminine side of good and evil, and the balance. It's got believers and non-believers, and I really feel like a changed person.
I'm Cheryl now.
And I'm Melissa.
So then we headed to New Mexico, which Santa Fe turned out to be actually one of the few places that looked exactly like I pictured it in my head. It was adorable.
Little adobe buildings.
It was actually 7,000 feet in elevation, which I did not know.
And at the very southern point of the Rocky Mountains, another little fact. So in the evenings, it actually got pretty cool. Who knew? Seriously. And then we tried some of the local food.
Here in Santa Fe, New Mexico. This is a Santa Fe dog. Now, we didn't really know what it was, but we saw a Chicago dog stand, and on there was a Santa Fe dog. Chili, cheese, onion, and on the pasta seed bun, something like that. So, I mean, it is a monster. I don't even know how to begin this, but I'm going to give it a shot. Hopefully it's not making too much of a mess. How's it taste?